Okay, so I said why not show you guys the majority of ingredients for my vegan Thanksgiving. You see those fresh cranberries? Never made cranberry sauce from scratch. I always been a canned girl. You know, that ocean spray cranberry sauce has always done me right, but we're gonna try making it from scratch this year for the first time. Got some brown sugar, some yams, some spinach for my kalaloo. Traditionally, you would use dasheen, which I never knew growing up because I think my mom would just use, she probably would just use spinach, okra, maybe collard greens. I don't know, because you can't really get dasheen here in the States. So there's that. But okra, I have some vegan marshmallows. I have some squash because I couldn't find pumpkin. Actually, I could find it whole, but I was not about to be in here chopping nobody's pumpkin up. So I bought some pre-cut squash. I'm excited about that celebration roast because I've heard good things. Some unsweetened almond milk, unflavored as well. Some garlic, some like seasoning mix. Some Banza elbow macaroni, breadcrumbs, flour. Never tried this cream cheese before. It's vegan. I love Smart Balance. I live by Smart Balance. Don't mind my stove. This is my little pan for my little roast. Hopefully it'll fit in there. Never tried the Violife cheese either, but I've heard good things, so I'm excited about that. I'm like struggling. Yeah, so this is pretty much all of the ingredients. Hopefully everything comes out really well. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm starting out with my yams. I didn't plan on cooking everything tonight, but I do have to work tomorrow, so I'm not gonna be able to really cook all day as is normal for Thanksgiving. So I may just cook everything or cook as much as I can tonight and leave the rest for tomorrow. So I prepped the sweet potatoes. I'm going to make the cranberry sauce tonight for sure because it's not gonna take that long to do. So you want, I think it's a 12-ounce bag of cranberries. You're gonna wash them. And I'm just gonna put them in the calendar and wash them. Pick out the bad ones, and then you're going to boil them with about, I think it's about 1.5 cups of water to 2 cups of water. Then when they start to pop, you're going to add in 1 cup of sugar. You can use brown sugar, you can use white sugar, whatever sugar you want to use. And that's pretty much, that's it. That's the recipe. You can add cinnamon or whatever you want to add. You can add orange zest, orange peel, whatever you want to add. But I just like plain cranberry sauce. I don't like a bunch of stuff in my cranberry sauce. I just want to taste the cranberries and have the sweetness. That's it. I've never purchased a bag of fresh cranberries to make anything with. I really am a can girl. Can girl, yeah, that's me. Can girl, yeah. It's like, why does the plastic is on the cranberries though? You want to pick out the bad ones like this and like that. Those are bad. This one's bad. Yeah, I think these are bad actually. All right, so we are boiling. I'm going to pour in my cranberries slowly because this shit is hot.
A few moments later.
I'm going to just boil my macaroni for my macaroni pie, so that the noodles are done, and all I have to do is worry about making my roux for the noodles and just baking it tomorrow. So I'm going to, I have a pot here with some water. Don't ask me how much, maybe like, I don't know, 2.5 cups of water. I am never good with measurements. I've never been really good at following recipes. I kind of just, you know how we be eyeballing stuff? The ancestors be kind of telling us when to stop. That's always been my thing. Not really good with following recipes. So I watched a bunch of videos, like I said, on different vegan recipes or different traditional Thanksgiving recipes, and I'm just kind of going from memory. Beautiful thing is that I do have reference if I need to, but I'm just kind of going from memory. So I'm gonna boil this water, add some salt, and then add in the macaroni, obviously, once it starts to bubble up and boil. We all know how to cook this stuff, right? The only difference is this is gonna be vegan, that's all. All right, so I'm going to add some salt into my pasta water. And I did see this one trick on a video, that you drop a little bit of oil in the water so it doesn't, when it boils up, it doesn't overflow. And I probably should have knew that already, but I didn't. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil.
A few moments later.
Looks very much like regular pasta. If you've never had Bonza pasta before, looks like regular pasta, tastes like regular pasta. It's just made from chickpeas, and it has protein. I think it has like 6 grams of protein or something in it. I used to eat this back when I originally stopped eating meat and all that kind of stuff and was trying to eat more plant-based. So yeah, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. And I honestly would have gotten regular elbow macaroni, but it's the day before Thanksgiving. There was nothing on the shelf. Because I'm doing a vegan version of macaroni pie or baked mac and cheese, whatever you want to call it, I'm not adding any eggs. So that's what the roux is supposed to help with. The roux is supposed to help, you know, create that creaminess and also be the mix that's gonna help bind the noodles together when they're baking. So I've never had macaroni pie without an egg in it that I know of, just because I grew up with eggs always being in the macaroni pie to help bind the noodles together. But okay, so when it comes to the callaloo, it is a 1 pot. So literally everything is gonna go into the pot and it'll just cook down on its own. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna prep the pot to just start it when I wake up in the morning. It's currently 1 o'clock in the morning. I need to get some sleep because I have to wake up early for work. So the beautiful thing is that I was gonna buy all the separate ingredients, the peppers, the onions. I didn't find thyme, which you need thyme for the recipe, but I couldn't find it. Everywhere I went, thyme was completely out. So I don't have fresh thyme for the recipe. I did end up buying fresh cilantro, but I also came across this mix that I see at every Rouse's. It smells so good. So this is, you guys can't see that. So this is celery, green peppers, orange peppers, white onion, what else? Everything is in here. So you got yellow onions, bell peppers, celery, green onions, parsley. Yeah, that's what's in this mix here. And when I got to the checkout line, the self-checkout, I scanned it and it said $13. I said, oh, $13 for some squash? I'm not buying that. Whole Foods is very expensive. I really see why people love Trader Joe's. So, you know, when you're doing self-checkout, you're gonna have to call somebody over to void the item. So, I called the lady up and she was like, "Oh, what's wrong? What happened?" I was like, "Oh no, I don't, you know." She was like, "You don't need it?" I was like, "Nah, not for $13. And she was like, "Girl, go ahead." So she just put it in my bag. She just gave it to me. She was just like, "Girl, just take it. Happy holidays." And so there is a little bit of humanity left in the world. I know how to chop stuff. I'm not a chopper. I'm not a professional chopper. So whatever you see in this video, don't take it to heart. Because I know some of y'all is real chefs and y'all be like serious about your craft or whatever. I get it. Totally get it. I'm not a real chef. I don't even follow recipes. I just kind of do my own thing, and some way, somehow, the food always comes out good. At least in my opinion. That's why I don't like to cook for anybody. My spinach to my pot. This is actually not the whole bag, but what's gonna happen, obviously, it's gonna cook down, so I think I'll just be able to add the rest in once I let it cook down a little bit tomorrow. Good morning. We are back. It's 9 a.m. I've been up for a couple hours now. I decided to start with the callaloo first. I cooked it down a little bit, as you can see. I'm gonna put the rest of that spinach in there. I'm gonna add my okra in, and I'm gonna add my coconut milk, and then I'm going to let that just do its slow cook situation. Just organic coconut milk from Whole Foods. This is how this is how we used to open the cans, or this is how I saw my family opening cans growing up. You would cut both ends, and then you take a knife and lift it up on both ends. Is that like OD Caribbean? And then I'm just gonna pour this whole can in here. I may need the other can. I bought 2 cans because I didn't think that one would be enough. Okay, so remember we cut up our yams last night. I'm going to make this. This is not gonna take very long to make. So I just decided I'm gonna do this next. I don't really have any rhyme or rhythm to the order that I'm preparing these things. This, you can't see it. In terms of the callaloo, I knew that's gonna take the longest to like cook down and all that kind of stuff. This is quick. I think the pie is quick technically. Once I make the roux for the pie, I think that's gonna be quick. I think everything is gonna be quick, honestly. Like I said, it's dumb early in the morning, but I think one of the things that you always hate on Thanksgiving is a lot of the times you don't eat breakfast. Or I remember not eating breakfast when I, was growing up, because we were cooking. You literally cooked the whole entire day for Thanksgiving, and that was one of the things that I always hated, because like I would be hungry all day. Like I woke up this morning and I decided to eat breakfast because I remember that feeling of not eating breakfast on Thanksgiving morning, of not having anything to eat until 7 or 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? Kind of maybe snacking on something so you wouldn't pass out or nothing, but like not really eating anything because the preparation is so long. that you're really just, your eyes and your mouth and your stomach is set on that Thanksgiving food. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that as an adult. I want to eat breakfast and then I'll cook, like whatever. I have my Smart Balance butter, which is made from vegetable oils. I have some cinnamon. I didn't get any nutmeg because I didn't think to. I'm following a recipe that Tabitha Brown did on her channel. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna link everything for all the recipes that I used. And I just have the brown sugar. So, and I have my vegan marshmallows that we'll add in later. But to start this off, we're gonna add some water. Recipes for this. I looked up a vegan mac and cheese recipe and I looked up a traditional Caribbean macaroni pie recipe. So I'm kind of fusing those two together to see what I get. Mac and cheese is pretty simple. I don't want to say simple because if you've never made it before, then you know it's not simple. I personally have never made a roux before. I've made stew, but I don't think that's the same. That's not really the same. It's along the lines, but not really. This is a little bit more science because I've had to put flour in here, and I don't use flour for any, well, I'm not gonna say for anything, but I'm not a baker, so I definitely don't bake things. So yeah, this is gonna be a process for me. So in the vegan recipe, the woman cooking used cream cheese, and I have never put cream cheese. She used Kite Hill's vegan cream cheese. I've never used cream cheese in a mac and cheese recipe, but then again, I've never made mac and cheese. I did make mac and cheese once, but it did not come out well, and so I never tried again. So this is the first time I'm trying again in years, like literal years. This probably could use a little bit more milk, in my opinion. So as far as the pie situation goes, this is where we are. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're not going to talk about that. Okay, we're here now. I'm going to add, I actually bought 3 bags of this Violife cheese. I'm just going to end up using 2 because I think 3 would be pushing it. I'm just going to sprinkle it on top. Callaloo is still doing its thing. Yams are back in the oven. Yeah. So we're gonna throw this in the oven now. So as far as the callaloo goes, this is how it's looking. It's pretty much done, but I forgot the secret ingredient. So I'm just gonna let this cook down a little bit so it can pick up some of that flavor. And yeah, then I'm gonna blend it and it should be done. All right, so like I said, I don't have a swizzle stick to use in order to get the desired look of callaloo. This is what we have currently, right? Now this is a good consistency, but this is not the best. Callaloo is more of a soup texture or consistency. It's a lot smoother. That's what I want. We want the leaves to be a lot smoother. You don't want to pulse it with that pepper in there for obvious reasons, because then it'll be too spicy, right? I should have added the pepper in a lot sooner. I completely forgot that I even had it. This is a little risky because this just might blend it a little too much. I don't even know. I've never used this. I only use my blender bottle. To the mix. Don't want it to be too sweet, of course. And then I'm gonna add my marshmallows in. I'm excited to taste these because they are vegan marshmallows. I just kind of want to know what they taste like. So you can find these at Whole Foods. I'm sure they have them at Trader Joe's as well. But yeah. They taste just like regular marshmallows. All right, so for the roast, I'm preheating the oven to 350. I'm gonna cut this out of here. We need to grease our pan. This is a little bit wider, so I might just have to like spread it out a little bit. So I'm just going to use some cooking spray. So here's the final spread. I'm really hungry. I hope my food doesn't look crazy, but I've been working and cooking. So yeah, this is the final spread of everything. I think my sweet potatoes look a little crazy, but it's all good. I'm still gonna eat them. The loaf, the plant-based loaf actually tastes really good. I think it tastes better with the cranberry sauce than with the gravy. I'm not really a gravy person, but I made it because it came with it. So I'm really excited to dig into this pie because I'm trying to give y'all some good light. Because like I said, I only made macaroni pie once and it was tragic. But this is a little bit more promising to me. So I'm gonna make myself a plate and let y'all know how everything tastes.